my music. One time for the one time. Cheers. Open forum, open topic discussion.
That's his first touchdown since like week 7.
What's good? What it is? What's happening, man? You excited? You hyped?
I am, man.
Hey, Turk.
Man, this is something to be happy about, brother.
Oh man, back again. Wings, whiskey, and sports back again. In the house, we got John Gervais, we got Dr. Daryl Johnson, we got Don on the ones and twos. Before we get into the content, the meat and potatoes of the show, you know how we like to spark this thing. We're gonna have a little bit of libation. Don has blessed us with some howler head.
No.
Yeah, that's the name of it. I don't even know.
I'm just saying. The thing is, what was Don thinking when he saw the name?
That's the question.
Yeah.
That's wild. But we gonna partake in some libation, so we ask that you partake in some libation. Grab whatever libation you like. Drink, pour said libation into a cup, preferably a red cup. Raise one red cup into the air.
Crazy.
One time for the one time.
Cheers. Nah, you make sure you drink every last bit that you put in your cup. None of that fake out crap either. You gonna pour some liquor in your cup today, dog. Yo. Wow.
Oh man, how's everybody?
Water.
Everybody weekend's good?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good. Shout out to the prep.
Yeah.
State champions.
Yeah.
State champions.
You know, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Out of all the prep teams I've seen, this one.
You haven't seen that many prep teams.
I have seen some prep teams, but like the way y'all dominated this year is
they're young too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm giving you like.
I mean,
this
listen.
prep team is a very, very good prep team that will be very. And to your point, because they're young, they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what's that? 7 out of 9. Since the 6A championship has started, 9 out of 12 state championships just overall. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just excellence at its finest. And you know,
I mean, ninjas ain't even. Well, never mind.
Say it.
Nah.
Because when you've won 7 out of 9 state championships, it's really nothing you can say to me.
Correct.
And it's the highest level.
Correct.
Like, it's not
correct. Y'all are. There's no arguing that y'all are the best team, and there's no arguing that. I would just venture to say that like it is a privilege to also recruit cats from in and out of state to play for the prep.
So I had this argument.
But
ain't no shame in arguing, baby.
My point is that your recruitment game is amazing.
But everybody recruits now.
Not to that level.
Yeah, everybody. Every good program recruits now.
Everybody
not to the prep.
What?
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Half of them not even from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
What difference do
It
it make?
wasn't
That
from
dude.
Pennsylvania.
Hold up.
Let me put you on
Tep's
real
not
quick.
recruiting like that.
It wasn't.
Tep is recruiting
Tep
like
is
that.
not
You're tripping.
Respectfully, they wasn't from Pennsylvania when I was there either. We had a lot of South Jersey.
All right.
We actually probably have more Philadelphia kids now on the football team and Philadelphia surrounding areas on some real stuff than we did back in the day.
I don't think they moved. I think they probably half and half. But either way, y'all recruiting is amazing. I'm giving you like the recruitment is.
I mean, listen,
clearly.
Listen, I think the recruitment thing is a cop out. And I mean, it's a cop out because I had this argument with
levels.
Let me explain. I had this argument with one of our fellow frat brothers. Somebody posted like Philly sports back is running shit in California because you have Roman in the championship, you had Tep in the championship. They threw Bond in there. I don't really count Bonner as a Philly team. I mean, that's suburban. But people be like, oh, first they hit you with the Catholic League is just suburban. No, well, prep is in the heart of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say you call it what you want. Prep and Roman, heart of North Philadelphia. Yeah. I mean, Philadelphia. So you can call it what you want, but it's definitely Philly football. And also the Catholic League is not a suburban league. It's a Catholic league. It's just based on the type of school. In terms of the recruiting, every good program recruits now. Like the way we used to look at things, like back in the day, where it's like pub versus sub, and pub didn't recruit, but sub did because you had to live in the inner city. That way of thinking has died.
Yeah.
Right. Like to be in any major high school program in PA, McDevitt, TEP, Prep, LaSalle College, they all recruit now. They all can recruit. They all offer scholarships to people who are good at sports. So I don't think like saying Prep that does a hell. No, they do a hell of a job coaching and playing football. That's what they do a hell of a job though.
I mean, they've invested in all seriousness. They invested in the football program. Whether you like it or not, I mean, there are negatives and positives to that, but they invested in the program and they've taken it to a level where, I mean, they do recruit, but honestly, it's kind of like it recruits itself now. Like on some real shit, it recruits itself, right? Like you know that you're going to be playing a national schedule. You know that you are at least going to be in position 2 out of the 4 years you're there to at least compete for a state championship, right? And then you've created a pipeline of kids go to Ohio State, Penn. I mean, it's like they literally just be funneling kids to Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's Penn State. It's a travesty that Penn State's not like figured out how to just get the prep kids, like you know what I mean, to get the local dope kids or whatever the case, or even Temple. But I mean, that's another
story. We're not gonna get into that one. But no, I salute what Prep did.
Thank you,
and
didn't Temple sign a new head coach this week or something?
Yeah, last week. Yeah, and I mean, it don't make no.
Yeah,
it don't make it.
Yeah,
and I think it's the thing. The thing I think
he was from University of Delaware, bro.
From Darius, it kind of sucks for like a public league school because they can't do it. They're underfunded.
So
right, and that's
so. Do you think?
But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like,
but well, what if? So do you think? I mean, obviously, I think it's to some extent intentional, but like, do you think there's an agenda behind that?
No, I just think the public league schools are underfunded, and even if they could recruit, not many people want to go to a bad school. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at Prep and see it's a quality school outside of football. You know what I'm saying? But nobody, even if you could recruit, nobody's going to Gratz or Mastery or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, because you say Gratz.
Down, they hold Michael Parsons the whole time.
And I don't want to get us derailed.
They call it. Never mind. They call it.
Talking about high school sports.
Snapping.
I mean, high school sports need to probably be a more frequent part of the show.
I mean, but so like
that's fair.
Asking you in particular, right?
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like tripping.
That's wild.
What's the difference between what the Prep or those type of schools that are good in football are doing, as opposed to when Gratz and whomever was pumping out championship after championship, All-American after All-American?
Well, I mean,
all them little they all wasn't from
who?
Like
who wasn't though?
They all wasn't from that. Like I'm pretty sure somebody was close enough or something. You know what I mean? Like everybody wasn't from that neighborhood. Everybody from the crib, but everybody wasn't from the block radius that you needed to be from in order to go to them schools. But hell no.
But Jerry, you also got to look at the resources that Prep get compared to other schools.
No, but I
got athletic trainers.
But I mean, you're comparing a private school to a public school. Off top, it's just gonna be different anyway.
That's what I'm saying,
right? But I'm saying that we've seen public schools have powerhouses, have when like
but no
to like to the state level.
I think the difference is
time out. It's different, also different now too though, because back in the day we could, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen
you couldn't compete at the state level because it just wasn't, you know what I mean? I forget all the rules and everything.
So you when you talk about like Gratz had like a great 4-year run. It was one class. Outside of that, they were good, but they weren't powerhouse. Like Sheets class is what Gratz the prominence, and they were all local cats.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe Gratz was a bad example, but I use Roman.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between
Roman recruits?
But no one,
there's no difference.
But no one gives a shit.
I don't think.
Oh, I know you don't. There's certain individuals that don't like the fact that certain types of schools,
right,
are now excelling at things that they probably really weren't supposed to. Like, to me, it's a shock to see them this good, right? Like, when I was there, they won one championship and it was the greatest thing ever because it was like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Like, we finally got one, right? And then they turned into this powerhouse. But, like, and now, like, everyone – I mean, I know we're just, you know, I don't mean you in particular, but, like, people do have real issues with the Prep being dominant.
People who are hurt because their team couldn't win had issues.
I mean, just come on down.
But it's still, if you think about it, it almost creates like what the college issue was before NIL. Like, you already know who the top team is going to be every year. You already know even when it comes to playoff time, you know who's going to win. Like, it's not even like a competition no more. Like the way the NIL spread the love to every school.
Well, we were doing this before NIL. Though. Keep it.
No, I get you.
Okay.
But my point is that the NIL made the game more even at the college level. There's no method to making the game more even at the high school level. So public schools is always going to have a certain level of talent, and prep is always going to have a certain level of talent just based on the resources that folks is getting. But if you throw like an NIL type of thing at a public school, like if I go to Gratz, and I know if I go to Gratz, I'm automatically going to get somebody to take care of my family. Prep is cool and everything, but I'm gonna go. I'm not going to Gratz. You still might get shot.
Here's I'm not going to go to the Prep. I'm not
maybe. But my thing is, it'll spread. It's not going to automatically be a Prep no-brainer. Like, my thing is, if I could put my family in a better situation, or if I could be in a better situation and get my people's a nice house, like maybe I'm living in a bad situation.
Also, it wasn't a Prep no-brainer this year. Prep lost 2 games in the regular season, right?
I'm talking about
and it was oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, recruitment wise, like the NILs changed the game. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing.
It's no different.
Everybody's going.
It's no different. Talking about Daryl. It's no different than what you do at Carver with academics.
I don't recruit though.
Yeah,
I do recruit.
But it's the same shit. It is.
So it's not.
It is, Daryl. Kids want to go to Carver because it's a good school, good academic school. Kids want to go to Prep because it's a good athletic school. It's no difference.
But they don't get nothing. They don't get nothing better. So for example, like
they get better teachers,
right?
Better staff.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, like, so everybody has a good football. Not everybody.
No, everybody
most of it.
doesn't.
So, for example, MOTEP. Would you agree that MOTEP and Prep have a good football program?
I would say the Prep has a good football program.
I think
TEP is good.
No,
time out, bro. I'm not even talking shit. I think TEP is a good program for the level that they were at. They've now jumped to another level at the football, so now they've got to get up to that speed.
I mean, they made it to the city championship, guys. Like, barely, y'all barely made it to the city championship. I mean, let's keep it funky.
No. But what I'm saying, time out. But not because it sounds like I'm shitting on TEP. That's not what I'm trying to do. TEP. What I'm saying is that TEP barely made it by playing against what would be considered lower level, not lower level, but lesser competition. The Prep's close game that we're talking about was to the team that was, because they had beat the Prep, was ranked number 1 in the state. It's not like they struggled against the 3rd team in the city. Like, you know, like
they lost to the 3rd team in the city, didn't they? Then LaSalle College, but they wasn't. They not. No, they weren't a power.
No, LaSalle was ranked in the state this year.
I mean, they were ranked, but they weren't top 3.
I believe LaSalle was, because they had beaten the Prep and they were undefeated. I believe that LaSalle was the number 1, but whatever. No,
I get you.
All that question was do you believe TEP is a good football program? Period. Like, not. I think division. Good football program. They're a good football. Like, This is not hard, bro. It's a yes or no. Because you're not. Because hear me out.
I think I'm saying they're not Prep, but they're a good program.
It's not what I'm saying. They're a good football program.
That's all I was saying.
Where they were at, they've now taken the next step up. It's just like when I don't, y'all know FAMU, right? When FAMU used to dominate the MEAC, then FAMU decided they wanted to jump up to the next level, and they hopped in. For the sake of this conversation, I'll say the ACC, and because I really do think it was that they hopped up into this ACC, and it wasn't the same. So they were a good program at the MEAC level, and TEP should be. If you ask me, do I think they'll make the adjustments? Hell yeah, because it has the funding and it has the backing and it has enough of support, and people are going to want to go there because it's a good athletic joint together. Mm-hmm. But at the 6A level, I have to see them.
I don't think that's fair. They lost to the state champion. If that's the criteria, then every team is not a good program. They lost to the state championship in the city championship.
So the only point I was trying to make. I was trying to make a point.
That's what it was.
My point was this, right? You have more than one good football program. However, if I have one to choose from, right, I'm going to choose the one that gives me the most of what I want. So if I got a chance to go to ENS or I got a chance to go to Massillon, but if I go to ENS, they're going to offer me some type of Carver ENS. If I go to Carver ENS, they're going to give me ... Maybe they'll hook my family up with a situation. Both good programs. I'm gonna go to ENS, Carver ENS.
That's exactly what y'all do with academics.
No, it's not.
You lost in the fall.
I'm not lost in the fall. Bro, like right now,
no kid that is good at football that has the ability to go to take the prep out of it. Whomever else, if you want to say TEP, fine. Mm-hmm. It has a chance to go to TEP
or prep.
We're not taking the prep. The TEP or Carver ENS.
That's not what my point is, bro. My point. All right,
that's not what we're talking about.
No, what I'm saying is he's saying that we do the same thing as, and I'm saying we don't. So, for example,
do you think Carver has better resources than 95% of the public schools?
Yes.
So then what are you talking about? They have better athletic resources. Y'all have better academic.
I'm about to explain, right? So the top schools right now, right? Massillon, Central, Carver, ENS, right? They're all good schools. If I got accepted to all three schools, how do I determine which one I pick? How would you determine if you got accepted to TEP and prep? How do you determine which one you would pick? Do you look at who the record is? Do you look at whether you would start? Do you look at what is in it for you? Well, you see what I'm saying?
Everything's in it for me though. Like,
all right. So if you got a good situation, either where you go, how do you decide which one you go to? That's what I'm talking about. Recruiting
preference.
So it's preference, but it's also
first of all, prep has a longer history.
So here's what my point. This is my whole point. Yeah. At schools, it is preference. I want to go to Massillon. Yeah. I want to go to Carver. At football, I'm gonna give you this much money. I'm gonna take care of you here. I'm gonna take care of you there.
No, it's not just preference. It's not just preference. I don't think.
So you don't think that's happening?
They're not getting. They're getting scholarships. They're not getting NIL deals. They will be eventually. They will be eventually, but they're not right now. They're not doing that. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But what they know is that they go to the prep. There's people within the prep that have already got NIL type situations, so that when they go to the next level, it's all there. So it's an alumni. It's your resources, your alumni, right? So
you're getting something. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it alone. I think you get something.
Same way if I chose to go to Carver ENS because what is Carver ENS's
better alumni? They got alumni resources too.
What got the better alumni?
But hold on, what are y'all like? What's your best program? Huh? If you told me.
Engineering.
Okay, so if I want to be an engineer, if I can go to St. Joe's Prep or Carver ENS, no, we're taking athletics out. I just want to be an engineer. The money's the same. I'm not paying nothing to prep. I'm not paying anything else.
That's a preference.
I'm going to go to the one that's the better program.
All right. So what if I told you?
So what's the difference?
I'm about to tell you. So what if I said you can go to the best?
Darryl just don't want to concede.
No. I'm gonna say the last topic, then we're gonna move to another topic. So if I say, all right, we have the best engineering program at Carver ENS, but if you go to Massillon, I'll hook you up with this. So it's still a good engineering program. Not as good as Carver ENS, but I'll also give you ...
Why can't y'all hook me up with the same stuff?
Because we don't want to, because we know we're the best. So if you had to choose on that level, which one would you choose?
Take your little personal.
No. I'm asking a question.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, here you go.
Jeremy, ask a question.
You got it.
All right, let's move on.
You got it.
Before we move on, you missed the whole point.
Y'all just disagree with it, but I had a point.
Before we move on, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our co-hosts, Ryan Russell, down in Florida, playing for the Pop Warner National Championship. Some would say Abington recruits, but it is either here or there. Sometimes you just have better resources than other people, and you get better players. This is what it is. Shout out to Ryan. Go win the whole damn thing. Come back with a chip.
Shout out to Ryan watching the show too.
Is he Ryan? Bro. Yep. Shout out, yo.
He might as well watch us. I know he's not watching the Cowboys.
I know. Yeah. A little bit of hate. A little bit of hate. College football. Let's get to this conversation. Yes. College football playoffs. The table is set. You know what I'm saying? Some teams is in, some teams is out. We had a problem with some of the teams that was supposed to be in last week. Maybe something. So, Darryl, you want to run the 12 team play in the playoffs for us real quick, and then we can talk about teams that didn't make it that maybe should have made it, teams that did made it that maybe shouldn't have, or we're all in agreement that the field is what it should be.
So, teams that made it at number 1, we had Oregon, Oregon, Ohio State, Tennessee is in, Arizona State, Clemson, Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame. I know Chris happy about that. Indiana University, Boise State, Penn State, and SMU.
SMU, okay. SMU so 1 through 12, as you mentioned. First, let's talk to the elephant in the room. Alabama, that had the most controversy, whether or not they should have been in or shouldn't have been out. I'm cool. Any thoughts on it?
I'm cool with them not in it.
I don't. Yeah,
I'm actually cool with them not.
I was shocked because I saw this a clip with I want to say it was Pablo Torre's interview with the former ESPN exec CEO, whatever, John Skipper. Excuse me. And they was talking about like does ESPN have influence on who gets in the joint for ratings and shit like that. And he obviously was saying no, but like at the same time, like he was saying like, why wouldn't we want the ones that's gonna, bring the most viewership and everything. So like I was a little shocked that they didn't make it, but they did not deserve to be there. I was just more shocked that like they did the right thing.
I think they were. The hands was forced, right? I think if you look at the week before when they had Alabama in and they said not playing can't really hurt them, their goal was to get Alabama in this playoff.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit of chaos with Clemson beating SMU and it actually coming down to the wire. Yeah. It kind of threw off and people would have been outraged. I think Bama being over my 2-loss Miami team was
that was SMU's first loss or second loss?
That was their first loss.
Okay,
first loss.
I was shocked. I thought Miami might.
You all right?
Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb going back and forth on Twitter.
That's funny.
I thought it might be. I was shocked Miami didn't get in. I kind of wanted to see.
Cam Ward,
I did want to see Cam Ward
but at the same time, I'm a Gator fan, so I really don't want to see Miami do shit. So
now I'll say this, just to play devil's advocate on this, right? There's some teams I would much rather see Alabama that didn't make it. That I would much rather see Alabama over. Like I don't think like a team like Indiana, I don't think they have a shot in hell of winning. Like they played one nationally ranked team and lost. Now they had one loss, you know what I'm saying? But they played one nationally ranked team and got boat raced. Actually, it wasn't even close.
How many did the Big Ten? They got 4. They got Oregon, Penn State,
Indiana. Ohio State, and Indiana.
Ohio State, that's right.
I mean, so I mean, I think it's a fair.
Got what, 2, right? Tennessee,
Georgia,
Texas.
Tennessee,
3. Texas.
All right, now here's your standings. So Oregon at 1 by Arizona State at 4 by Boise State at 3 by Georgia at 2 by first round. You got Ohio State versus Tennessee, Texas versus Clemson, Penn State versus SMU, and Notre Dame versus Indiana.
I don't like that the conference gets you the bye because everyone's conference isn't equal, but that's a whole other.
That's a fair.
And it's more than 5 conferences.
How else would you rate?
There has to be some formula that doesn't make it just the 12 SEC teams. Or like, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be some formula.
I think I agree with you, but to your point, I don't think.
So I agree too. I think the conference winners should have got an at-large bid automatically in, but I don't think they should have necessarily got you the bye.
That's the thing. I don't. Why does the
maybe do it by the point spread?
I don't know. I don't want to get us derailed, but like I don't understand how you can belittle a conference, strip them down, take all the quote unquote good teams, put them in another conference, and then say, oh, but your conference still gets.
Well, I think in a couple of years it's gonna be 2 conferences.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the SEC and the Big Ten. So I think shake out never. Who y'all got winning the whole thing?
So I can get you. I can. So I like Final Four.
All right, yeah. Give me your Final Four.
So Final Four, I give you. I got Oregon, Texas, Georgia, and see that last one. That last one is iffy. So like, I really don't know. That one could go either way. Between number one, I do think Penn State will beat SMU. But that Boise State and Penn State game could go
either way.
That joint could go either way. That's the only one I don't know who would go. But I definitely got Georgia, Oregon, and Texas in the Final Four. But that last bracket, I know Penn State will take care of SMU, but I just don't know. I mean, I think Penn State is at Penn State.
I'm one of the people that just thinks Penn State's like one of the most overrated programs.
I agree.
I don't think they're overrated. I think they're gonna have a hard time with Boise State though.
Let me see. I'll go. Oh, I see it. See what it is off top. National championship game is Texas versus Georgia again, round 3.
Texas versus Georgia. You got
Georgia all the way.
I don't got Texas beating Ohio State.
I think
not Texas. I'm sorry, Texas. So you got Texas over Clemson. Yeah.
I got how you
Texas.
Texas won't be there.
Texas is gonna be over Clemson. They're gonna be Arizona State.
Tennessee's gonna give. Tennessee's gonna give. I'm a Gator fan. Tennessee gonna give Ohio State.
Oh yeah, but I think the problem is.
I don't even know.
So the first round is at the home field of the team with the highest seed.
So that's tough for Tennessee to go there and get a victory. That's tough. Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, I think it's. With all due respect to all the conferences, right? And I am, like I said, I'm a Gator fan, and I am one of those individuals that believes the SEC is just superior. I think when it all shakes out and it's done, like them teams they begin exposed when they play like
that's a drop. He
dropped like them elite programs.
That's
so like
drop, my boy.
Notre Dame and Indiana are like I'm not going. I'll just say Notre Dame gonna win that game. Notre Dame not beating Georgia.
Right.
Penn State beats SMU. Penn State beating Boise State.
Penn State. Okay. Here's the thing: we don't know who Boise. We know Genty's a monster.
That's the only thing I don't know.
But
whoever wins between Penn State and Boise,
they still lose to Georgia.
They lose to
Georgia, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then we're gonna go Texas and Clemson. Who wins that game?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Just like Boise State might mess around and be the dark horse of this whole joint.
Nah. Texas or Clemson.
I got Texas.
Yeah,
Texas or Arizona State.
Texas.
Okay.
Texas.
Tennessee or Ohio State.
I would go Ohio State.
Or I would say Tennessee, but I'll say Ohio State with y'all.
Ohio State, yeah.
Oregon, Ohio State.
I got Oregon.
Probably be Oregon.
Oh, that's Texas or Oregon.
I got Texas.
I got Oregon. I got Oregon beating Texas. I think this ends up Big Ten versus SEC. That's where I think it lands.
I think the way the world works, bro. I think the first ever 12-team tournament will have 2 SEC teams playing a national championship.
I don't think Texas is that tough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let me say, I would expect for them to do a quarterback change because he stinks. Like, it's got to be Arch Manning.
Actually, wait. I just remember. Monkey Wrench is in this. I just forgot. Georgia's quarterback is out.
Oh, yeah. Damn. He's done.
He probably missing this playoff.
Oh, okay. Well, then that changes.
That changes a lot. That changes a lot. But Georgia could still pull based on that side of the bracket, even without a quarterback. You can still see Georgia possibly pulling this thing.
I mean, who's to say the backup? Who's to say the backup's not a fucking 5-star?
Oh, he probably is.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He probably is.
He probably is. He was playing 4 months earlier than he was supposed to play. Yeah. And now he Cadillac, what's the boy name from Ohio State? The third string boy that went to the national championship. He does that shit.
Ohio State wins this whole thing. That's weird. That's weird.
Texas.
That's weird.
I got Texas winning the whole thing.
You got Texas. Texas loses
I do
one.
think Texas. I think Texas
one game,
has a
right?
chance to lose it.
They only lost the Georgia game, right?
No, they have 2 losses.
2 losses.
I think the winner comes from the left side of the bracket. So if Texas loses and Oregon wins, I think Oregon wins the whole thing. I think the winner comes from the left side of the bracket.
I don't want you to pick Texas with me, yo. You pick a different team. I already picked Texas.
I said if Texas loses, Oregon wins.
All right, you took Oregon.
I think y'all sleeping on Oregon.
I'm not sleeping. I know
Oregon's tough.
I know Oregon's tough.
I hear
but I
you.
like Texas over Oregon.
Oregon's one of them schools. Until I see it happen, I'm always just believe something's going to fucking happen.
Yeah, I feel it.
Heisman finalists.
Who the finalists?
Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Ashton Jante, and the boy Dillon, quarterback from Oregon.
Was that the Final Four?
Yeah, Final Four of the Heisman.
So I think the argument.
So that's why you think
two players. That's not why. His numbers are better, but either way, they're both good. Either way, though, 2 of these players are in the playoffs. Does that give them the up to win it?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what? Make your argument then. Who you got and why?
Damn. I would if I had a vote. I would go Genty. When I look at Genty, well, no, it's kind of partially what you kind of said. Like, you got a Boise State team that's not super talent laden, that is in the college football playoffs based on one man's performance.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And while I think Travis is a super talent and he probably, excels at anything, I can't say I don't know if he's the best wide receiver in college football. And I don't know if he probably is the best corner. But you don't know if he's the best cornerback. Like, he's not hands down. Like, hands down, Anthony Genty's the best running back in college football. You know what I'm saying?
From Arizona State said it's him.
And he can say what he wants. Some people say a lot of things, Jared. You know what I'm saying? That don't make it true.
I think for me, I think Travis Hunter should win. I understand what you're saying, but he's playing both sides of the ball, and he's playing at an elite level on both sides of the ball, apparently.
Right.
Because I still don't know if he's playing elite level wide receiver, but they keep telling
me. He's definitely playing elite on both sides of the ball.
Okay. So he's playing elite on both sides of the ball. However, I think that they don't really fuck with Colorado like that still. They still don't fool with Prime. And I feel like Gentry's going to get it. Not saying he doesn't rightfully deserve to be worthy of getting it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's having an amazing year. But I think Travis Hunter is playing like, if you're playing elite on both sides of the ball, you're making impact plays, you're winning games. Gentry's doing something we've never seen before, but Travis is doing stuff that we've seen like 2-3 times, but it's not like we see it every day.
Nah, I mean, listen, I get it.
We've seen Gentry before. We've seen Ricky Williams in his prime. So I mean, it's elite. It's just, I think Travis should get it, but I think Gentry is going to be the one.
You like the versatility, like he brings more.
I just think he's playing. I think he had the best season because he had 2 best seasons, and he has an advantage. I think if he played one side of the ball, it would be Gentry all day. Yeah.
So I'm looking up the stats of Charles Woodson, which is the closest we've seen to versatility on both sides of the ball.
Nah, it's,
Charles Woodson,
it's not Charles Woodson. It's
who else with both sides that won the Heisman?
What's his name? Give me a second. Give me his name.
So the most recent guy that I know that played both sides of the ball won the Heisman, Charles Woodson. Looking at his stats,
you think about Jabril Peppers? I think.
No, I'm not thinking about Jabril. I know Jabril did.
Jabril played. No, he played more special teams. He didn't play offense like that. He played linebacker, safety.
I was wrong.
And special teams.
With Jabril.
I mean, but he was versatile too. Don't get me wrong. But my point is that like Woodson's stats when he won the Heisman, 43 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 8 picks, 12 receptions.
Woodson didn't do as much as Travis did on the offensive side.
And 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 punt return touchdown. Like compared to what my man what's his boy's name? Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's numbers far exceed Travis.
Well, Woodson was a spot.
He just went.
Yeah, he occasionally. Like there's never been somebody that played every down.
And I think that's my point. Like this is the first time in history someone's played full-time offense, full-time defense.
We don't
and got 4 picks and over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns on offense. Like that's never happened before. I don't see how this is even debatable.
I mean, because what Gentry?
I mean, to your point, they don't like Colorado.
They don't.
But my thing is, if you don't give it to him, it's because you don't like Colorado. Not because he didn't earn it. No, not because
I think you said
nobody.
You say the only reason
nobody has ever done.
Cool.
Okay.
Ashton Gentry's what he set out 2.5 games. Set out the fourth quarter a lot of games because they were blowing people out. If they wanted to, he could have easily broke the college football rushing record.
What is the college rushing record?
It's Barry, right?
Yeah. I think it's Barry.
So he could have easily broke. He missed it by like 200, and he missed 2 games. Like. It's not like what he did was just precedented. You know what I'm saying? And again, there is a factor, like you said. I carried my team to the college football playoff. You're in the Sunshine Bowl or the Alamo Bowl or wherever the hell you playing at. So who had more of an impact on games? And as much as we want to say Travis Hunter is elite, who had more impact on the games that they played?
So put it like this. Melvin Gordon had a better season than Ashton Gentry. Melvin Gordon, I'm looking at the numbers here. Melvin Gordon was a finalist for the Heisman.
Again, he sat out 2 games, so you can't.
What I'm saying is like, it's not an anomaly for someone to have a season the way that Gentry's had the season he's had. It's happened before, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be a finalist as a Heisman, but like looking at the numbers, what he's done is not like a crazy phenomenon. Like Melvin Gordon did the same thing in 2014. He actually ran. So Melvin Gordon did 2,500 yards, 825, 870. So he ran maybe 150 more than Gentry.
So, but there's also I could throw precedent in this word. You had Champ Bailey, right? That's what I was talking about, right? Okay. Champ Bailey, 850 receiving yards.
How many touchdowns?
8 receiving touchdowns. 7 interceptions, 7 pass breakups. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award, and he was 7th. And he was 7th in Heisman voting.
But my thing is, he didn't get over 1,000 yards receiving or 15 touchdowns. Like that's the part that's crazy. Like he's top 5 on offense and top 10 on defense in the entire country. It's never happened before. It's never happened before. So even if you look at Champ, if you look at Charles Woodson, their numbers don't even compare to what Travis Hunter's done. Like I just feel like this ain't even like don't get me wrong. If Gentry does get it, all right, he got it. But my thing is like what he's done is not as comparable as something that's never been done before.
I just think I took offense where you said the only way he doesn't get it is because somebody hates Colorado.
I agree. You don't agree with
No, I think I would. I mean, if Travis gets it, I'll be like, okay, cool. To me, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. You think somebody who runs 2,500 yards and gets 29 touchdowns in a year is just as impactful as somebody who got 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns and 4 picks? You think somebody that carried their team to the college football playoffs? So it does. It's just as impactful. It should.
The first question I asked y'all was, "Does the playoffs matter?"
It
and
should.
Both of y'all said no. I said it.
They say it
both said no.
They say it should.
You started off the conversation where the playoffs shouldn't matter.
Should it not matter? Should it not?
I said I make you all both said no. Now you changing your script.
I'm not changing. I said no.
No, I know what you said, but
should it not?
The script.
Should it not?
I think
so. Coming into the season, if we talking turkey, if I say yo Boise State, Colorado, who gonna have a better season? Who would you say?
I wish Colorado.
Colorado, right? Because they have what? Probably more talent, right?
They were 3-8 last year. They were 1-11 the year before that. They're number 23 in the country now.
And Boise is number 4.
They're not 4.
They
I'll give you a number there. But my point is that just like Boise made improvement, Colorado made significant improvement too.
But it's one play. Name somebody else on Boise State.
I don't know what else on Boise State.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, the only reason we know other players on Colorado is because it's freaking Deion. The whole is a primetime team.
Listen, I'm not. If Travis wins, I wouldn't blink it. I wouldn't bat an eye because he.
What if Josh Dillon win on the Oregon? Because they're the number 1 team in the country.
Nah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I can't see. It's too much fanfare behind the 2 players we talked about for him to win. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward should definitely be considered though. He received some type of vote, but that's just me.
He's not in the 4, right? Or
he is in the 4.
Let's do this. Let's switch it. If they were to get drafted, what's the best team they would
or where would you rank them in terms of getting drafted?
Well, you can start there.
So Jency would go last because running back is
I agree
because of the position.
He'd be a first-round draft pick.
He would be a first-round. He probably late round first-round draft pick.
Nah, he gonna play for y'all. I would love to get him.
Right. I think Shador. The crazy thing is, I said Shador. He's not even in the Heisman rule. So we talk about the 4 Heisman finalists.
No. Say if it was who's your top 5 draft picks?
I can't do that. Because I don't know who else coming up.
I can tell you this.
You know who the top players in college
get drafted before Shador.
If that, I agree with that.
Put $5 on it.
I want 5 on that too.
I want 5 on that too. I think Cam's going.
That was not even hesitation.
I think Cam's going before Shador.
Nah. Shador goes first.
You heard it from me first. But so explain me why you think Shador goes before Cam.
Because the first pick in the draft is New York and the second pick in the draft is Las Vegas. Neither one of those teams scream Cam Ward to me. Both of those teams scream Shador Sanders to me.
I think Cam Ward goes to the Giants. I think Shador goes to Vegas.
I'll tell you.
You know what? Actually, here's the thing. The Giants are terrible at picking quarterbacks, so it's a possibility that they take.
I'm trying to tell you. I think Cam Ward goes.
I'm looking at.
So who's that? Right now, who has the top 3 picks?
Quarterbacks are going 1 and 2, and it's the Giants and the Raiders are 1 and 2.
Giants and the Raiders, and then the Panthers are 3. They're not taking a quarterback.
No. They might.
The Patriots are 4, not taking a quarterback. Tennessee's not taking a quarterback at 5.
Tennessee might take a quarterback.
Tennessee might take.
And then I had the Jets at 6. That's what I. That's
Tennessee. Tennessee probably will take a
quarterback.
3
teams are going to take a quarterback.
Raiders are definitely taking a quarterback. Giants are definitely taking a quarterback.
I'm at the door. Y'all heard that, right?
Mm-hmm. Somebody about to open that door.
All right.
Yeah. So I would.
What you call it?
It's going.
Georgia's quarterback.
It's going to go back. Georgia's quarterback.
Carson Beck.
Let me pull up this.
He's not one. He's not in that.
I hear you. I'm just saying what.
And the boy Ewers is coming out. Is he coming out?
He's coming out.
He'll be in the first round.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
He might go to the Jets. I can see him going to the Jets. I can totally see him going to the Jets. So you got them coming out. Travis is going to where number is Jacksonville? He's going top 5. What's the draft?
Travis is going to be the 3rd pick.
No, you got the draft. You got the draft order.
I can see that.
You got the draft order done? Look it up. Yeah,
I can see Travis going to Carolina. He's going to be the first. He'll be.
What's the draft?
Oh wow, they do have Cam Ward going 2nd to the Giants. Wow,
I'm trying to tell you, Cam is going to go before Shador.
Well, they have Shador going 1 to the Raiders and Cam going 2 to the Giants.
Raiders got number 1 right now.
I just looked up a random.
I thought the Giants had number 1. I think they both 2-11. So
they both are. So I don't know which one is. But this one has Cam going, Shador going 1, and the Raiders happen to be the number 1 pick. And then 2 is Cam, the Giants taking the quarterback Cam Ward.
So they got a Twitter feed of Mark Davis talking to Shedeur at Vegas, and Mark Davis is quoted saying, "Who knows? Maybe this could be your home."
Here's the thing. I think who has won? Who's won?
Who's won, Don?
So
you got it.
Well, right now,
it's a couple different ones.
So I don't think none of these. So
here's the thing.
So just pick the
I don't think Deion lets Shedeur go to New York.
I disagree.
Like he's already said
he's actually more comfortable with New York than he is with.
Nah.
You like who's coach do you like better? Who's coach do you like?
Well,
better?
we don't know who New York's coach is going to be because their coach is getting fired.
Either the Raiders or the Giants will be the first pick because they're both 2-11.
We don't know. We don't know who the Raiders coach is. The Giants coach.
I mean, they ain't fired.
I got it right here.
They definitely fired.
I don't think it's his fault that they suck.
Raiders,
I definitely think.
I think the GM decided to keep that horrible quarterback.
And then 3, you got the Patriots.
Yep.
Then Carolina.
Yeah. So
yes.
All right. So who got one? Who's won?
The Raiders.
I can see Shedeur.
I think they go Cam.
I'll double down that 5, make it 10.
I think they go Cam. But go ahead. Who else? Who's 2?
It was Cam Ward at 2.
Yeah, I think.
So
Travis
Shedeur at 2.
I don't think. I think Deion would have no problem with Shedeur going to New York. It's the New York market.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think Deion wants to see New York.
I think I didn't see him in New York.
I'm saying I don't think he'd have a problem with him going to New York. It's the New York market, dog. This is the number 1.
It's a brand, dog.
But New York is one of those franchises. Like, I don't know.
And the Raiders aren't.
Put it like this: he has more to build around him in New York right now than he does in Vegas.
No.
He got more pieces.
In New York. I wouldn't want my.
He got Malik Neighbors. He got Malik Neighbors. He got a couple pieces.
If I can control where my child is going to go,
I want him in the Giants.
I would much rather not have my child be a professional, be the first mega star, phenom type kid drafted to the Las Vegas franchise. I wouldn't want that. This is going to be their first big name like draft pick. You know, Brock Bowers is. All right. I this is why, because I know I read this. So Deion already said he loves Antonio Pierce. Yeah,
and he already said,
"Yo, happy birthday, belated."
He already said he doesn't want Shedeur anywhere around New York.
Where'd he say that at?
So he said it in a conference call. Deion shared the stage with Raiders coach Antonio Pierce and made a clear plea. "You're truly the best," Sanders said to Pierce. "I need you to draft these Sanders boys."
But this is the same.
Yeah, he's also got them on picks, so he knows what he's doing.
But he also had the GM from the Giants at their practice busting up with him. So he's playing both sides of the field. He's seeing both. They spent the whole weekend over there at Colorado's practice facility with.
I mean, I see what he's doing. He's letting them know, yo, whoever takes Shedeur, I need you to take my son too. That's what he's doing. I need you to take Shiloh too, straight up.
It's gonna be interesting.
That is gonna be.
One, I don't even think Shedeur is the needle mover people were making him out to be. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think he's gonna be cool.
I don't think he's not.
I don't think it's your boy either. I don't think there really is no quarterback in this.
I agree. No. I agree. There's no CJ Stroud year 1 needle mover in this draft.
Who he is. He's in the draft after
was going to be CJ Stroud though.
We didn't know CJ Stroud.
I did because I told y'all. Nah. We sat here at this table. It was on the table. Y'all was telling me Bryce Young, this, Bryce Young, that.
You the Arch Manning is the real deal.
How do you know that, Dirk?
I think he's a real deal too. I ain't hold you. I think he's a real deal too.
He play a full season before we made it.
Here you go. I just know that.
Okay.
So that when he plays a full season next year, and you try to be like, yo,
tell him
Arch Manning. I already told you he's all right.
Oh, if I see it, then I had to. Listen, here's the thing, man. We get into these. Listen, we get it, guys. We get into these arguments, these debates. And this debate is good for the show. And we say things, right? And then we act like we can't change our perspective. If you give me more information, then I'm liable to change my opinion. Right now, all I know is for 2 years he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers, and is Quinn Ewers generational? So that's my point. That's my leap off point right there. Now, if he, yeah, go ahead.
So, third, When you do that,
that's super disrespectful.
You got to acknowledge that you didn't have that viewpoint earlier.
That's so
I do.
You have a habit of saying,
that's wild.
Like, you've always had that viewpoint, but I digress.
Don, you got to give an example because I feel like you just said something.
That was some pent up aggression that I had.
Clearly.
About something that he made, you ain't give him his credit for. And Don looked at it.
Don said, hold up.
Hold up, wait a minute. Actually, you did that same exact shit to me. And I want my sorry.
He does it about Jalen Hurts to me all the time.
What?
You tell me that I thought he was trash.
You did. That's you were down on him.
I never.
Okay. All right. If you say that's not even the same respect. Listen, if you saying you once said it and then you saw him play more and you changed your opinion, that would be perfectly fine. But you're saying you've never said it, which is not true. That's just not true. You might have thought it at one point in life and said, "Oh," and then you saw him play a full season. He might this young bull kind of nice. That's a change of perspective. To say you've never said it ever is just false because you did. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that's like me saying if Arch Manning becomes good, and I say I never said he couldn't be good. Like that's not the truth. The truth is I don't know if he. I said I don't know, and I didn't say he was trash. I said I don't know if he's the generational prospect people are making him out to be because I ain't seen it.
Shout out to Sonic.
I said he is. He's generational. Just know that.
Sonic 3.
All right. Since you transitioned this to the Eagles, let's talk about a little bit of drama going on within the Eagles.
Dramas?
A little bit. For 11.
Is it AJ again?
Yeah.
I just guessed. I didn't even know. What happened? I didn't. What happened? What happened, AJ?
Yo, you're a terrible actor. You're a terrible actor.
I don't know.
I hope that you're not.
I really don't know.
But you do.
I don't.
What you do?
What is he back?
You do. And it's sad
because y'all won.
You know what's sad?
Won.
Can I just say this? What's sad about
he's not getting the ball?
Is that I really came here today and I was saying, you know what?
Is he mad? He's not getting the ball.
I hope Daryl understands. Like, I'm just going to be honest. He's like, yeah, like I'm concerned about that. But then when he does this, does this. And now I just want to go into idiotic fandom mode and just tell you how your team is trash.
Can you explain what happened?
The team's on TV right now. No one cares. They would have flexed this game. No one likes Shaw. Cooper Rush is your quarterback.
You mad at me?
They just jumped in. I know, but I.
Why are you mad at
the
me?
The original thing I said was that he pissed me off with this. Oh, really? Because I said no. First thing I said was, no, I'm concerned.
You didn't like his
I don't like how you.
I don't know what happened.
No, but you do. And that's see, I don't do well with that.
So Jerry Phillips didn't know what happened.
Because I'm not playing that game. He knows what happened.
I don't.
So it's all good. I'm gonna tell you, I'm concerned.
What are you concerned about?
I'm concerned because I don't ever like when there's when you know what I mean. Like
who's he beating?
I understand. Oh, yo, like I don't know what I'm about to call. Yo,
can you let the audience
I'm about
know?
To say, Ian, I'm giving our audience credit and say today if they're watching this shows because they do sports and they know what happened,
man.
So therefore, my brother, you got a phone. Look it up. You looked up everything up like how football said. Look it up.
That's how you feel.
Look it up. No, how I feel is what 11 and 2. How I feel is I got an X next to my name in the standings. That's how I feel. How you feel? We was just talking about quarterbacks. Who y'all taking in the draft? Since he want to go there with me, who y'all taking in the draft?
So what? Oh, so
I think y'all got the 7th pick. Who y'all taking in the draft?
So essentially,
hold up, but I told him this though. I told you they don't respect Jalen Hurts. I told you this.
You're so
they actually prayed together.
So.
Brandon Graham breaks the record.
So that's the biggest part.
Fight.
I heard it live. I heard what Brandon Graham was talking about.
Yeah, so I wasn't when so eventually. So listen, they interviewed.
I really don't know.
So in all seriousness, I think there's something happened with them too. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's what you're saying.
But all right, I know you don't want to tell him. But there might be people listening that don't know.
I really don't know.
I don't think there's an issue in the locker room where the team. You said they. I don't think there's an issue in the locker room where the team does not respect Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. I think something, whatever it is, I don't think it's anything on the field. Mm-hmm. I think something in their personal lives happened, whatever it may be, happened between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. Somehow, some way, they have an issue. No one knows what it is. And if Brandon Graham didn't go on WIP today, none of like this shit would have just been, look, it's just diva wide receiver being diva wide receiver.
Yeah, they would have threw the wide receiver.
But I also feel like that, like, if it's something that made Brandon Graham, which he did, go out and say that there's an issue. Not exact words, but basically what he's saying.
No, yes, right. He said he pretty much said they're not friends anymore.
So my thing is that if he does that, I believe that Brandon Graham he wouldn't. If there's nothing that can be done, no one says that they got to be whatever they were before, right? Because whatever, right? Like I'm saying that if I feel like something can be done. No, and that thing that can't be done is we don't need y'all to be friends. Yeah, we just need y'all to fucking be
for sure.
Get the job done, right? And that could be what needs to be done. So like, but I am concerned because at this point in the season, when it looked like everything was kind of going cool, and then you have a week where you lose, a veteran in the locker room where you didn't really have that many vets in the locker room, and you have a lot of young dudes, and maturity was an issue for them last year because everyone's so young. And now the one guy that, and you know how football players, how all athletes basically work. Like, it's cool if you're in the trenches with us, if you want to tell us what to do or you want to take control of situations. But when you're no longer in the trenches with us, even though it's by injury, even though you were playing great or playing well, you're no longer there. Nobody wants to hear from you anymore. You're irrelevant now. And that's with all due respect to Brandon Graham. Right. He's irrelevant to them in the locker room. He's the OG. It's just like Hugh Douglas with fucking T.O. and McNabb was going through their shit. And Hugh Douglas, my man, decided I'm Hugh Douglas, and this, and well, I'm not. That's my man. I ain't saying all that.
Oh, he did. That's word.
Allegedly. But my point is that Hugh Douglas found out, like, I'm not.
Yeah, it don't matter.
What I say doesn't really matter anymore. So, like, I'm concerned, but I also feel like AJ, if he just gets some fucking touchdowns, he'll be at least cool on the field. If they don't, I watched the game yesterday. There was a few alarming plays to me where I was just like, damn, this nigga AJ's just sitting there like not blocking for him. Like, that's crazy. I'm starting to realize, like, damn, he don't fool with dude. And then you see him wide open in the end zone or wide open a couple times, he don't throw it to him. You're like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's concerning, but at the same time, like, winning cures everything. Touchdowns for a wide receiver cures everything. So if anyone's worth a half a grain of salt, you design a couple plays and shut him the fuck up, and he gets 2 touchdowns next week, and he gets to act like everything's cool, and then, even though it's not, and it's a ticking time bomb, but we just got to just keep him happy. Like, one of my biggest, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off on what you call it, but like one of my biggest issues with the Eagles when it came back to like T.O. and all that shit was like, when you get involved, and I just use that as an example, when you get involved with any diva wide receiver, no matter what the organization is, one thing that always bothers me about organization is, you're dealing with the diva position. You can't treat them like everybody else. It's just not what it is. So you got to treat them like the divas that they are, and they get away with shit.
Yo, Don, what's your take on this, Don?
No, can I? I got you.
Don, an Eagles fan.
Wait. Let me break.
I'm going to let him talk. No, you're not.
We got nothing.
You're not going to let him talk, bro. I want to hear from the Eagles fan. Can I hear from the Eagles fan?
No, because you're trying to turn something. We and him was having a real football conversation.
I'm kidding. I can't have a conversation.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna let
Don keep this energy when we play y'all again. We slap y'all again, and you come and be like, we had Cooper Rush.
I was tonight years old when I learned that this happened.
I know.
You knew about AJ Brown? I didn't know.
Yo,
Don, what's happening?
George's not even falling for that. George is nice.
I don't know what happened, but go ahead.
So the AJ Brown situation is AJ being a receiver.
You think he being petty?
I got a different team.
Not necessarily. I don't think he should have spoken.
So you think?
I don't think he should have spoken in public.
You think Brandon? Brandon shouldn't have spoken in public.
I saw, like, if you look on YouTube, you can see the all 22.
Did AJ speak out in public?
Yes.
Yo, he spoke out.
What you're not gonna do is act like,
he said,
like, yo, this is where I go.
Listen,
this is where I go. So, yo, let it be known, my G, when I get in my bag and I go ham and I start killing everything you say, it's because of these moments right here. I just want you to recognize that. Okay, go ahead.
Get clarity.
Go ahead.
What did
AJ
AJ say on the
Google it.
The reporters asked him, what is the deficiency on the team? And he said passing.
But they won. That's crazy.
But they won.
All right. Yeah. So he said, but so clearly, all right.
The Jalen say the first thing that every news channel in Philadelphia playing. My man gonna act like this.
What did Jalen say?
You ain't going to the internet today?
I don't remember what Jalen said.
Bro, you ain't going to the internet today?
Why you so upset?
Answer my question. Did you go on the internet today?
If you watch
Did you go on the internet today?
Why you so mad at me?
Let them go. Yo, if you watch all 22,
Don, of course he didn't watch the all 22. He doesn't even go on Instagram. He didn't even check ABCnews.com.
What happened?
There's a couple plays where AJ was blatantly open.
My man know the college football players, but don't know what happened with AJ Brown.
At the same time, Jalen was looking at other places or taking a sack.
You think he was doing it on purpose?
Oh, I can't wait.
No, I don't think Jalen was doing it on purpose.
So you think AJ being petty?
Running back smack y'all quarterback on
I think AJ has a gripe where he should be the.
I'll just call it what it is, Don.
Well, you call it what it is, Mister. I don't know anything.
Hey, bro,
I'm talking to Don.
What is it?
I'm talking to Don.
You went down to call
Why
it what
you
it
getting
is.
so
What
upset?
is it?
Why you getting so upset?
There you go. What is it?
Sure. Why you getting so
Don,
upset?
he wants you to call it what it is, but what is it? Tell us what it is.
I'm asking Don.
It's a diva receiver.
Okay.
So the more entertaining part was when Donovan McNabb and T.O. comment on the same conversation.
I want to talk,
and that's what they beef about on Twitter right now. They following up on it.
Yeah, because Donovan McNabb came out and said maybe you shouldn't be talking in the media and go straight to the person, go straight to the source.
And T.O. say you ain't even do that.
I agree with you, but that ain't what you did, so you probably should be quiet.
But here's the crazy part about the situation. I think it's very fairly similar. And let me explain what I mean by
Donovan and T.O.?
Yes, because I think A.J. Brown and T.O. are people that actually are going to tell you what's pissing them off. Like, they're emotional people, right? But I think they went. Now, here's the kicker. I don't think it's just done in the media. They're the type of people that he probably went to Jalen Hurts and said his piece. T.O. went to Donovan, but if you know Jalen Hurts' personality, he comes off like a douche a lot. So the way he talks, he probably does the same thing that he does in the press conference. Probably did the same thing to him. He's like, I don't control the ball going down. And if I'm voicing my opinion, if I'm mad about something and you just nonchalant about it, it pisses you off more.
But so here's the difference. When AJ spoke, he said the word passing.
I don't think that
people read into it.
But no.
Hold on, let me finish. All he said was passing. It could have been anything. You are speculating.
No. One. We're not speculating because this has been.
Let's keep it funky though.
They've been beefing for more than a year.
Yeah, let's keep it funky.
It is.
We all know that. Like that's
by
true.
saying passing, AJ Brown knew what he was doing.
Correct.
So it is a very passive. So what?
Passive aggressive.
So again, it's something outside of football.
Yes,
it's not.
So no, I was only speaking to. It was different because of the T.O. and Donovan. T.O. came out.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, they came out and came and was talking crazy in the news. AJ was passive aggressive with it.
I don't think it was that passive aggressive. I think it was just fairly
passive. He said
passive. If I say pass is the problem, you know what that means? He the problem. That's common sense with me. It's only one. No, it's not speculation. It's only one motherfucker that passes the ball on that team.
I get you.
He didn't say receiving. He said passing. That's me pointing out. I don't think get more direct.
He didn't say the passing game. He didn't say no coordinator.
It means more work.
Put yourself in any situation and have you be the working anywhere, a star, whatever the case may be, and your best friend decides to come along and work with you. This is
they were different.
They was best friends.
I don't know, like if you're trolling me right now, but like I'm letting you know I am not the nigga to troll because like what you think you doing, like I'm the nigga that gets annoying and I'm constantly doing it to the point where you like it's gonna be drawn. So like I'm telling you, you literally are about to unlock a level of Jerv pause that like I'm telling you, fam, I am a troll. Like you
is this thing on?
You don't want these problems with troll life. I'm telling you. But what I'm saying to you is that when you work with your friend and that's your man and everything's cool, yada yada yada. But then you like, you know what I'm saying? Now this person's in the work world with you and shit ain't going right and he being the friend and then now he acting corporate. Jalen got bread. Now he got more. Like a lot of shit's happening where I think.
You ever see me and Jerv do a podcast together? Same thing.
No. But if you had an issue with Jerv, I think the difference is if you had an issue with Jerv,
I think the issue is if y'all argue, y'all both argue.
Right.
If Jerv's pissed off and you just like, man, I don't give a fuck, man, I'm running shows. He's gonna get madder. And I think that's what's coming to the head. Like AJ Brown is like, yo, you missing me, dog. I'm open. And he like, nigga,
but it's different. But what I'm saying is that you take everything you said and then add the fact that like that's his man and he's going to his man to talk.
That's what I'm saying.
And thinking he's going to be his man, and now this bull is corporate.
What Brandon DG said?
Yeah.
What he say?
Because he actually is saying,
yo,
he should go to him directly, which to me says that
he really don't know the level.
He doesn't know because that just came out during the show.
Sure.
It happened before we got here. He don't listen to
Mister, I work at the smartest school in all the land. All of a sudden, it's so naive to what's going on in the world.
I'm so upset. I believe he knew about this.
Oh no, I'm not upset. I'm happy that you have now upped the level how this can go. Say less, bro.
He literally said like he doesn't go to Jalen. They try to use a third party to get.
But I think it's gotten to that point where I'm like, why am I going to keep talking to you?
He said nothing happened. Yeah. He said, and they just need to sit down and talk about whatever it is. And it's not on the field.
I hope it ain't no.
Let me some real stuff. Do you think
Brandon is already into this thing?
Wait.
Well, what else was supposed to say?
Yo, real
Brandon
question though.
I misspoke.
Real question. No, but real question for Eagles fans. Sure, real question though. Do you think this will cost y'all? Do you think y'all will cost y'all games?
Call and be like, yo.
Do you think it will cost y'all? Do you think this is going to cost y'all games? That's my question.
I think it will cost. If it cannot be repaired, it will cost a playoff game. What's going to happen this regular season is going to happen.
Right.
Pittsburgh's going to be a tough game that can go either way, regardless. The Giants game is going to be the Giants game. The Washington game is going to be the Washington game, and the Dallas game is going to be the Dallas game. We should win 2 out of those 3, regardless. Right. And the Pittsburgh game could go either way. So it can cost us a playoff game because you got to be clicking on all cylinders, but also if it's some stupid petty whatever it is that happened, and it seems like it's more so on one side than the other because one person is a diva and the other person is not, and the other person is probably hiding behind. Well, they're probably both divas.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry. I didn't mean diva. I meant to say one person is more direct. Not even that. One's just direct because AJ, to Ernst's point, is most likely the one that has no problem letting you know how he feels. And Jalen probably at one point in time was okay with that. Then it became, I'm the face of the franchise. I got all this paper. I got all these expectations. I got to do this sponsorship. And now it's like, yo, my man that I used to be able to talk to is now not available. So now when I want to go season 1, where I was having issues with not getting the ball, I could literally just call him and be like, yo, fan, what's up? He'd be like, yo, my bad, bro. I got you next week. And now I'm no longer going to be able to do that. And I'm not saying that's what it is, but things like that happen. But the easiest way to solve all that shit, throw him the football. No, but listen, throw him the football.
Here's the thing. No. I disagree. And I hope for y'all say that that's not what they do, because I'm not taking the ball. If I'm an Eagles coach, player, whatever, I'm not falling into the trap and taking the ball out of your running back's hands.
No, but you don't have
to throw it to try to make the receiver happy.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to take it out of running back's hand because if you watch the game, and I'm not saying you didn't, but if you watch the game, you can see that AJ Brown got 4 catches, whatever. But there were multiple other times where he's open. So that means instead of Saquon gets Saquon, but instead of the backup tight end, instead of Dotson getting 3 or 5 targets or whatever, now 2 more go to AJ. Instead of the tight end instead of him getting his 3 targets, maybe one of those targets goes to AJ. There's other ways to still keep Saquon involved or whatever the case may be. Case in point, this is very similar. You brought up the T.O. shit. It's very similar right around the time where we had issues with What's up? No, finish. It's very similar to when we had issues with T.O. and McNabb during the season where we ended up going to the Super Bowl, where they had that I think it was the Bears game or it was the Steelers game. It was one of the games where they had issues. And remember, it was
McNabb said we don't need T.O. to win.
My G. First of all, that happened in the playoffs. I'm talking about in the season. So follow my flow.
I don't even follow your flow. That's what happened, though. I'm just saying what happened. That's all. You can keep going. You can go.
Okay. You watching football right now? Because I'm gonna make a point to find out what your team. You will not live, bro. But my point is this, fam. Like during that season, you figure it was whatever game, whether it was the Bears game, I think, where we were clicking offensively, and then we had that one game where we tripped and it wasn't a good offensive game, and it was the joint where T.O. was following him on the sideline, and McNabb was trying to get away from him, right? And then the next game, they reenacted the shit. I would not be shocked if there was some dumb shit that these two dudes do on the sideline.
Like, they already had the sideline blow up, right?
No, I'm saying
they had an argument.
But I'm saying not the blow up. I'm saying we're all good. Oh yeah, we're all good type Joan.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
And if that shit works, because the only thing
I was talking to Don.
I know, but
I was saying out your way. I was saying out your way, bro. I was just telling Don something.
No, go ahead, bro. You got the floor. Go ahead, talk to Don.
No, go ahead.
I'm trying to reiterate that he's going to owe me money.
No, you're going to owe me money.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
No, go ahead.
No,
finish your point.
It's cool, bro.
Arkansas? All right, so here's my funny part, right? So here's what I think. Seriously. This is my question, though. Seriously. What is your head coach?
One more time. What
is your?
I swear to God,
I'm over that part. I'm over that.
Please don't flip my table.
I swear to God, I'll flip the table.
No, seriously. My question is, at what point does the coach come in and address this? Like, ain't that the coach? Is this not the coach's job?
We don't know if he has or not.
No, this is my question. This is also it is the coach's job. It is the coach's job to set the culture.
When do you hear that the coaches really come in any situation? When do you, unless except for a handful of coaches?
So I will say,
like for Nick Sirianni.
But Nick Sirianni would have to have the cash to do something.
I can tell you where the coach. I can tell you where the coach stepped in, though. I can tell you where the coach did step in.
Kellen Moore, AJ.
I do recall. Andy Reid sitting T.O. down and suspending that man. So
like stepping in and suspending somebody is two different things.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is that.
No, so I get you, but my thing is, I think maybe Andy responded too late, and eventually they got T.O. out of there. But my point is that like the coaches do have the ability to address that. If you're gonna be a cancer to the team, if you're gonna be petty about your catches, you can go sit down.
Okay,
it's a culture. It's a culture.
Okay, what you're doing is you're already like this nigga. I'm not. He's just trying to get AJ Brown suspended. Like he's trying to mask his good advice.
I'm not the coach. I'm not the coach.
No coach ever steps in these type of situations that doesn't have.
He just let them do it. He just let them do it. That's what you're saying? He's on them go?
No coach ever steps in to handle these situations unless they have the cachet to handle that shit. And it's a very small pocket of coaches in the history of the league that have had the cachet to be able to step in to the point where if I ask you to name one coach, matter of fact, name two coaches that when it's been not stepped in and suspended a player, but stepped in and mended a relationship, because that's what needs to be happening right now.
I don't think we know. We wouldn't know because I think it doesn't get to the media. So that's what I'm hoping that they do. I'm hoping Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni,
there's plenty of coaches,
and Jalen Hurts, and AJ Brown.
Listen, when Antonio Brown did the bull crap in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin was like, roll out.
He's not talking about.
That's why you fixed the issue. It's just like in the school.
I'm asking you to name when
the kid is destroying my school.
I'm asking to name when a coach steps in and de-escalates the situation before he suspends the motherfucker. That's what I'm asking.
Well,
you
don't
wait for him to exit.
Real quick.
Suspend nobody.
No one's got.
I think y'all.
He didn't suspend him. He suspended him.
I think y'all being unfair. AJ Brown. I don't. We assume that he's the problem. We assume it was just because
I didn't say he was a problem. I said that something happened off field. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's a problem to go on any type of television and public network and say passing's the issue. I also think it's a problem. Hold on. I also think it's a problem. Listen, if I'm the coach, I'm pulling Brandon Graham to the side. I'm pulling AJ to the side. Like, look, I don't care what beef we got going in this locker room. That's not the culture we setting in this room because you already sparked something. So you got an option. So I'm gonna say you got an option. Maybe I'm built different. Maybe I'm built different because if it was my team, some stuff went. There are coaches. I'm not vouching for that coach. I ain't vouching for that.
Parsons went on national television.
I'm not vouching for that coach. I'm not vouching for that coach.
Not even making this personal.
I'm not vouching for that coach.
Not making this personal. How many times after any type of game where someone is not happy, no matter what the team sport, and they get asked a question by a reporter who has obviously seen shit throughout the game that is writing a story specifically about what they saw. So they ask something specifically about that, and said player gives an answer where you like, damn, why he had to say that shit. Mm-hmm. It's just like what was the fucking Richard Sherman John after the
you justifying it. All right, cool. It sounds like you justified it.
Hold on. But we also don't know this
because we in the moment. Is that what you said, Jared?
I don't think.
Ask you a question.
I'm not justifying shit.
Here's the thing.
I'm saying that a lot of people, no matter if they're athletes or not, have done stuff that they've said things in moments that if they could, they would take it back. It does not justify the shit, my nigga. I'm saying that I can understand something. That doesn't mean I justify it.
People say,
but wait. So, like, with Jalen Hurts' height,
I'm just talking about
Jordan Mailata's height. If we noticed last week when AJ played the AJ played the number 2 receiver position, right? When Devonta was out, he played on the right side. He got more looks because I believe that the right side of the line, offensive line, is shorter, so Jalen could see over the line easier. I think the left side of the line is taller, and when AJ's over there, he can only see AJ when he gets more than 15 yards down the field, and that's when he feels comfortable letting the ball loose. I'm just saying that could be a theory also.
I hear what you're saying. I think the problem is that Jalen Hurts he's been so conscious of not turning the rock over that he's really not forcing throws, and unfortunately, and it's a good and bad thing to have. When you have an elite receiver, you got to force the rock to them. That's just it. When they're covered,
I don't agree with that, bro.
But you notice what makes good receivers are those 50-50 balls.
He doesn't
have to throw 50-50 balls.
Let me clarify. Let me just clarify. What I'm saying is if you have a bona fide alpha number 1 receiver, what I mean is if he's covered by someone, you still like. I'm not saying if he's triple teamed, you still throwing the rock. But if he's got somebody with him, you take more chances with. Doesn't mean you don't give the rock to other people. It just means that if I got CeeDee Lamb and I see him with a corner on him, and I have who's the other receiver, Cooks, and I got Cooks with the same exact coverage on it, I'm going to try. I would rather try CeeDee Lamb.
I'm with you on that, but my point is that. That situation, y'all situation, our situation, totally different. Y'all have the best running back in the league right now. There is no reason to be forcing double coverage.
That's what he's saying.
I didn't say force double coverage.
No, what I'm saying, so I agree. So like on a third down, like on a third and long, I agree with you. He should throw the ball to AJ Brown. You saying that's not what happened? I thought that's. I didn't know.
So he's not throwing it to him on. Like we can all agree
on that. Here's
the thing.
Yo, you have God knows how I can get and like I think you have no idea how annoying I'm about to fucking be. Like of all seasons for you to act like this, dog. Like every line of coke that one of your team does, every time your owner come up with some racist crap, every time I'm about to start really just sending you Michael Parsons podcast clips, dog. Like, yo, you have no idea the level of like, okay, you wanted a niggas here, bro. This is what you wanted. And you can what Kevin Hart said, well, you somebody, yo, you wanted one is here. You've wanted this smoke.
Here's the thing.
I'm here.
Hey, here's the thing.
Kendrick said sometimes you gotta pop out of shit.
Here's the thing.
Whoa. I hear you.
Yo, did you hear how Dog just said
it was a line.
Did you hear how Dog just said that just now?
That's wild. The thing is this. The thing is this, right? Jalen has been very spotty in his play.
Oh, that's just everybody want to critique Jalen all the time.
It's not. It's not a fair critique. Spotty on his play. If you're not comfortable saying that, you're not being realistic.
What?
That he's been spotty. Like he hasn't been consistent.
I didn't say what you were saying.
All right, so I don't know why you're getting upset about.
I'm so why are we always critiquing?
We critique anybody that does not play well.
No, we don't talk about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, we do.
Well,
cut it out. Now we don't talk about Brock Purdy.
To be fair,
what are you talking about? We spent the whole season talking about if Brock Purdy was the real deal or not.
The Eagles, and it is what happened today, which is why I don't understand how Mr. Doctor, whatever the fuck, is over here saying, why is
that's how I know you, man. Whatever the what?
Doctor, yeah, whatever, dog. Like, whatever the I don't know. But whatever's going on with you. Like, I don't understand how. No, I just don't like when people play idiotic and you play idiotic, you don't know what's going on in the world.
I didn't know the details.
I can never send my child to your high school, bro. You don't even know what's going on. And you want me to choose ANS over the prep?
He's woke somebody up. He is wild.
No, but here's the thing. Let me finish my thought.
Finish your point.
I think all.
He really is trying to call. He's trying.
That's why he called.
Who? Ryan. Yeah. Who's trying to
FaceTime?
Who's that?
Yeah, right. I saw the job.
You know,
I thought that was an
Yo,
we should end the show before Ryan can get through. Yo. All this effort he about to do for nothing. Yo.
I think AJ Brown just told him how he felt, and he, like I said, it's when I listen to the Jalen Hurts talk, he comes off real prickish sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
he come off corporate.
Yeah, corporate prickish, whatever.
No, like he come off like he was your man, and now he not playing the game like your man.
And you not see him? That's not just a facade. Maybe that's just him and how he talks to you, right? And if I'm voicing my concern to you, and we're teammates, and we chasing the same goals, and I'm voicing my concern to you, and you just. You know, I don't call
they say the same thing about Embiid. Sometimes when people get the bag, dog, they change.
So we got to stop putting it. So I understand the players are the issue, but like, let's not take the accountability off of the coach. Me personally, I blame the coach for this entire thing.
Why?
Because I think
which coach?
No, he just
one. I blame
George.
I'm being serious. I blame Nick Sirianni.
Why?
I blame Nick Sirianni. Because if there's an issue in your locker room with your players, it's your responsibility to at least attempt to mediate it in some form or fashion. If it gets to the point,
fans, all we do is
I blame
Andy
Reid with the T.O. and Donovan situation. You could have handled that way sooner than when he actually handled it. I think coaches have the ability to address these issues.
You can address
it. Donovan shit had nothing to do with Andy Reid. That shit was Joe Banner and all of them because they didn't pay him. Andy Reid couldn't do shit about that.
That wasn't how it started, man.
That wasn't how it started.
He tried to talk to me. He tried to talk. Yo, would you agree with me?
You're not going to tell me what happened. I know what happened.
All right, so why is it even an argument?
Because I'm telling you what the fuck happened, and what happened
was... You didn't say anything.
I said it wasn't an Andy Reid thing. I said it was Joe Banner because it was a contract situation. He wanted his paper, and he felt Five didn't stand up for him like he stood up for Westbrook. And if you're going to tell me that's not what happened, then you just trolling or you really don't follow sports.
I'm not just trolling. So what I'm saying...
George, tell me what I said this wrong.
So when
I was covering this shit. I'm working at NBC 10. I know that shit like the back of my hand.
I got you, but what I'm saying is it went left when he in the huddle he tried to say something and Weston told him shut the F up. That's not what happened. That's when it went left.
No, the shit went left.
It wasn't to the point where it was detrimental to the team, though. Ninjas share their emotions all the time, but it wasn't detrimental to the team.
Shit went left when Donovan McNabb stood up there heading into the NFC Championship game, and they asked him about how do you feel y'all can do without having T.O. And the man
just said that earlier. He said we don't need him, right?
No.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Jerry. I mean to cut you off. I mean to cut you off.
I think it's a different.
So you sweating? Chill out.
None of that matters. None of that matters.
Between addressing.
Wait. Zoom in.
Yo, bring Ryan is right. He trying to FaceTime. He trying to FaceTime me too.
Yo.
Big difference between addressing the situation and mending.
Y'all hear Ryan?
Nope.
You.
The relationship.
I gotta take.
Right, so you can suspend somebody. You can. That's not.
I didn't say he had to suspend.
That's not fixing.
I didn't say he had to suspend him.
For a coach to, if you pull AJ Brown in and say,
"Bro,
it's your fault," you're picking sides.
That's not what a coach has to do.
You do realize that
if you have a put like this, if you had a job, hold on. Can I make
scrambling and make it seem like you're not the one that everybody's saying.
I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point real quick. If you had a job, right? And you and your colleague are arguing at the job, like y'all literally making a scene at work. You don't think your supervisor? You think your supervisor should sit there and let y'all do it?
Well,
you think your supervisor? We think your supervisor? My point, we don't know. Is what I'm saying. But my thing, we're clearly seeing it on media. It's all over the media. You think the coach has no? You don't think the coach should be doing anything about it?
All right, hold on. Let Ryan talk. I'm not gonna have tell Daryl and George to go fix that problem.
You. Y'all hear me? Yo. Abington Raiders, 11U D1. We out here. All right? We doing real work out here. Fort Myers got to come see us. All right? I just wanted to jump in. Y'all doing a great job tonight. However, Abington Raiders D1 11U. All right? Unstoppable.
On the forums talking.
We going to work. We going to work on Wednesday. Get your Flow Sports. Pay your $20. Watch this game. All right. You cancel it after that, and then you can bump it back up on Saturday because we out here winning. We out here winning.
Ryan, how many drinks in are you?
Several. Listen, it's wings, whiskey, and sports, right? Wings, whiskey, and sports.
Without the wings.
Yeah, I had a burger like a while ago, but I had more drinks after that burger. Okay. So I'm a little.
Anything else you want to say?
Go Raiders, Abington Raiders.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, you heard what happened with the Eagles?
What, they almost lost to the Panthers?
Nah, Dallas down at halftime, though.
Stop it, Jerv. Stop it, Jerv.
Yeah, they are.
Ginger Jesus out here putting in work. No, I heard AJ Brown was out here tripping.
George wanted to get one in.
George, I don't want to hear your shit, all right? It's not your time. It's my time. All right, Cowboys and Abington Raiders. Winning time. All right, we going on a run right now.
Cowboys or the Abington Raiders?
What'd you say?
Who would win, Cowboys or the Abington Raiders?
I mean, I don't think we got nobody to stop Kamara, so Abington Raiders.
Oh man, we about to. All right,
when trailing at halftime. That's about to be 0-7.
Close the show out with one segment. I want to tell me why. I'm switching the gears to the AFC.
George finish his point.
No.
Oh, all right.
Tell me why Pittsburgh isn't the best team in the AFC.
Because they got Russell Wilson.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Easy. Easy. That's easy. Russell Wilson can't do it.
Jonnu Smith went off again.
Kara said Jonnu Smith went off again.
This is what we doing?
Y'all got to see.
No, sorry.
Terrible people.
I think that the Steelers aren't the best team in the It's actually because of Russell Wilson. Like,
Thank you.
Not because of the reasons that Ryan says Russell Wilson, because I actually think Russell Wilson is okay, but I don't think Russell Wilson is good enough to go
get him over the hump.
I don't think he's good enough to go in Kansas City and get a win in the playoffs.
Not at all.
I don't think he's good enough to go in Buffalo and get a win in the playoffs. Because Buffalo's really only kryptonite is going to be Kansas City. I know they beat them in the regular season. There's a lot different beating them in the home regular season and having to go in the Arrowhead when they had a chance to control their own destiny. They fucked it up.
You dropped the ball.
So now it's back in Kansas City's court. So that's why Kansas City doesn't look great, but so somebody go in Arrowhead and beat him in the playoff game, which I don't think has happened yet. I don't see it happening.
They're not. It's Kansas City.
I still think Buffalo's still the best team in the AFC right now. I agree with George's point around Russell Wilson, but I also just believe like just the pieces aren't.
George's point is my point.
This dude, I just don't believe all the pieces are here around Russ. Like, and I think
you think it's not Russ is not the problem? It's the ancillary pieces.
I think he might be out too. I think he's dealing with an injury. So I think it's going to be one of them nagging injuries though. So I just don't see them going the long road all the way down. I think Buffalo's still the best team right now.
I think George Pickens would be good. I think George Pickens he just chirping a little too much.
Yeah, he was getting out of control.
They sat down a little bit.
He was getting out of control.
Now you want to talk about a coach? Yes,
yeah,
that is a coach needs.
But that's my point. There's a coaches who can address this. That's all I was trying to say. Like everybody's pointing. Like I did point to Ernst's point. You don't know who's right and who's wrong between Jalen and AJ. A coach can be like, look, y'all, it ain't about who right or wrong. I need to fix the crap so we can move on to the season, win the Super Bowl. But I don't think he's strong enough to do that. That's my only point I was making. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
Close this thing out, man. We want to thank everybody for joining, man. Wayne's Whiskey and Sports.
Russell Wilson's trash.
Another week.
What do you say?
Listen.
What's Russell Wilson's trash?
Yo, bro.
Appreciate your patience, man. Check us out from whenever Don decided to log us on to when Don decided to log us out. Until next week, peace.
Peace up. A-Town down.